Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Eric from Invibe Creative Arts Therapy and your friendly neighborhood music therapist and mindset coach. And I'm here to share with you some journaling prompts to help with mindset. So I call this 3+ acronyms because the plus is where we're going to start. The number one. So a lot of science is showing us that the power of positive thinking is no longer just a gimmick. Your thoughts impact your livelihood, it impacts your well being, it impacts your life. So it's not so much that we're talking about magic and your thoughts being able to affect your life, but this is science and logic. How you carry yourself is going to impact how you interact with the world, and that's going to impact your life experience. So every journey begins with a single step. So let's start with one positive thought, even if it's 0.0000% of your day, or if it seems so impossible to find something positive to focus on. How can we challenge that perspective and find one thing to practice being positive? So, for example, it doesn't have to be that you got a new job, you won the lottery, all these big, grand things that we look at as worthy of positive thinking, but something that we can connect to with the eyes of openness and inquisitiveness and creativity. So, one thing throughout your day. So, if I was having a hard day today, I might say, I got to go outside and I saw a very beautiful cloud. I know it sounds silly, but that practice is the first step to rewire your brain to be more open to positive experiences in the future. So for me, I'm feeling pretty positive because I am creating content to help people with mindsets. Something like that. For me, that's meaningful. It connects to my greater mission. We're actually going to talk about that later. So let's move forward and make this quick. So the first acronym is GLAD. GLAD, gratitude, love, affirmation, declaration. So this is maybe a little bit more involved than just one, but it can also be very simple. You can write this down in your journal. You can just keep the acronym in your mind and use it as a resource throughout your day when you feel like you need a little bit more positivity. So what are you grateful for? Not that I'm always focused on material things, but I'm grateful for my computer. My computer helps me record content, to share it with you, to meet people virtually, to help with mindset coaching. So I'm really grateful for my computer. Even more simply, my hands. I'm grateful for my hands. It allows me to type, allows me to play the guitar. I'm grateful for my voice. That allows me to communicate. I'm grateful for glasses because without them, I wouldn't be able to see. There's always something that you can connect to be grateful for. And yeah, if you're having trouble practicing gratitude, I'm happy to share more resources. You can schedule a call with me and we can have a strategy call to help you get your neural networks wired for gratitude. So, moving on, next letter, love. Now, I asked this, where is love today? Meaning, is there something about yourself that you can love? Is there another person that you love? Is there another person who's sharing love with you? There's so many potentials for love, and it's very similar to gratitude. You can say the same thing, I love my computer. But for me, I just came back from a trip visiting family, so I love my family. You can also go more deep into all of these, like expressing why I'm grateful for my computer. I could say it allows me to. I love my family. I love playing games and laughing. So, coming up next is an affirmation. So, how do you create one I am statement or affirmation that supports self worth and self compassion? This is very popular these days, and everybody has their own view. of how to do this. My view is not only creating an affirmation, but also being able to prove it to yourself. So I am be healthy, productive, lucky. Let's say productive. What's the proof? The proof lens of that. How do you prove to yourself that your affirmation is true? So identifying with that affirmation. I am productive. I am working on content to help. And declaration, declaring an action that you can take today to prove that affirmation to yourself. I will. I declare. I will. You know, there's so many ways to make declarations. You don't have to be so intense by saying, but I will finish at least one piece of content to share. So there we go. We've gone through our first acronym. And for me, as I'm looking at this, it really instills a feeling that is uplifting. And I hope that it can do the same for you. Now, this is very short. It's something you can do in your head, as I said, something you can do in your journal, on your computer, on your phone. There's many different ways. And it's very short. Not as short as one, but still pretty short. If you want to look at something more involved, let's move up to this next one, which is watch. And we have WATCH, Y, affirmation, time, celebrate, and haiku. This acronym it's a way to connect to your greater mission and also activate some more intensive creativity. So my why is reduce suffering in the world. I'm trying my best. Hopefully this helps reduce some suffering, but if there's 40 units of happiness in the universe right now, and by doing this, we either increase the number of units of happiness to 41, that's great. Or let's say there's 40 units of sadness and we decrease it to 39. That's still reducing suffering in the world and creating more joy. So that's my why. So how can I do this? What's the affirmation that connects to that why? I am constantly learning about mindset, creativity, and mindfulness. These are really important pillars of my process as a music therapist, and as a coach, and as a creative person, constantly learning. So, time. Decide how you can or are using your time to support your why. So, you can see there's kind of repetitiveness in this, but if you're doing one of these instead of all of them, there won't be that much repetitiveness. But repetition is really important with neuroplasticity. The more that you practice thinking a certain thing, reaffirming things to yourself, the more used to it your brain gets, and the more you're able to adapt it into your personality. So I'm going to say, I am creating content. I am learning. I am working. I think that's pretty good. I can be more specific if I want to. I'm learning. I am reading Carol Dweck's book, Mindset. And I'm working. I have clients that every day. So this is all true. And let's say you're just starting a new business and you don't have a client. How can you say you're doing something towards that? So making cold calls, creating content, networking, finding events. All those things can be things that you say, I'm using my time. If you recognize that you're not using your time towards these goals, then you have insight and information about what you can do with your time to pursue these goals. So celebrate. One thing I can genuinely celebrate that is connected to your why, or that is worthy of celebration. So celebration does not need to be huge and glamorous. It can be a pat on the back. It can be a moment of self-compassion or self-reflection where you can just kind of, or even like a fist and say, yes, did that, right? So today, waking up early is hard for me, but I woke up at 5:30 a.m. today and I feel pretty happy about it. I'm trying to get into a better morning routine and I feel very happy that I succeeded in waking up at 5:30. Did I hit the gym? No, but I did writing and I did a lot of things with that time that was productive. I still have more stuff that I need to do, but I don't need to beat myself up on what I didn't do. Let me celebrate so that I can keep that pattern going. Because if I wake up at 5:30 and I'm just beating myself up because I didn't go to the gym, I'm not going to have any inner resilience or motivation to do that. So really want to make it feel good for the things I'm trying to do. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with haiku, but it's a very ancient, but it's an ancient Japanese poem structure that can prove to make anybody a poet. If you can follow the structure of haiku, which is 5 syllables in one line, next line 7 syllables, and the next line 5 syllables. And you can capture this insight or this intention from what you've written here. You could also improvise and just think about what's on your mind. It could be free expression and just the idea of following structure and creating something that is culturally known to be a form of art. It's very powerful. Let's see. 575. Mindset, creativity. Oh, look, that's 5 syllables right there. So the first line can be creativity. Creativity. Reduce suffering. Create more joy. That's a lot. Reduce pain. Create more joy. How about that? Reduce pain. Create more. And one more. 5 lines. Constantly learning. Sometimes it just happens quickly. So, why write a haiku? There's a couple of reasons. One, again, you're practicing your creativity, you're challenging yourself by creating something that you may not be used to. You're also creating a more powerful affirmation that you can keep with you throughout your day. So, if I am struggling throughout the day, I can remind myself creativity. Ooh, look at this. Reduces pain, creates more joy. And now, as you know, you can always edit it. So I'm going to edit it and say, keep on learning more. And now, just by being open to it and being open to changing, it went from something that was kind of esoteric to something that I think really resonates with my why, gives me motivation to pursue and keep learning. Creativity reduces pain, reduce pain, creates more joy. Lessens pain, creates more joy. I have to do this. Lessens pain, creates more joy. Reduces, lessens. Yeah, because this is 2 syllables. 2 syllables. Lessens pain, creates more joy. Keep on learning more. And then if you do this every day, you'll create more haikus, and you'll have a collection. Now, it might be similar every day. So if you want to learn how to write more haikus about different aspects, you can check out in the link below. There's a document on how that I call the mind, which helps you find insight in your mind that's already there about specific problems. You can take it on your own. You can schedule a call with me to do it. And then you end with a haiku that kind of captures your insight. So that's watch. All right, so the last one that we're going to go through is this. It's more intensive. It's the longest acronym that I have right now. It's called LYRICAL. Now, you have LYRICAL. One of the reasons why this acronym is powerful is because you start and end with love. This can be a very strong guiding principle in helping you make decisions. So we're going to start with love. Again, name a person, place, thing, or moment that sparked positive emotion today. I love my work. Helping others gives. Yep, that's good. So yesterday, what did we do? What did I do yesterday? When I'm recording this, today is Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. I took the day to reorganize the apartment. My girlfriend. So that was a lot. I also ate good food, read a book I like. Let's see, it was a day off. So just kind of trying to keep it factual, because the emotion about it is going to be here. So we're going to review. How do you feel about what you did yesterday? So it felt good to organize, laughter, my partner, re-energized for the week ahead. So pretty good there. It felt good to organize, shared laughter with my partner, re-energized for the weekend. So what's the insight? I'll tell you what, I had we both had packed closets, and we found clothes that were still in good condition that we didn't necessarily wear, and we decided to pack a bag for a donation. Not only feel good to make space, feels good to donate. And I think letting go of certain things. Yeah. And also, I love good food. That's not really an insight, but still, it kind of made me laugh when I thought about it. I love good food. So, just gonna pick this up for us. Just to fix that a little bit. All right, so calendar. What's on the calendar? Tomorrow, make more content. See my clients. I have some initials. I won't share them here, but I have a good work day tomorrow. I like indoor rock climbing, so I'm going climbing in the evening, the PM. And I got a friend's wedding this week. Let's see. Is there anything gotta work on? Accounting, all that good stuff. What else? Oh, keep reading, meditate, and write. It's gonna be different every day, but you'll see patterns. Like there's patterns of making content for me, working with my clients, exercise of some kind, seeing my friends, stay on top of my business, keep learning, stay mindful, be creative. That's a pattern that emerges as I do this on my calendar. So, what are my affirmations? What is it that I want to connect to when it comes to these aspects? So, I like to say I'm lucky. I am skilled. I am a eternal student. Good. And with love. Did I? Oh yeah, that might work. I must, since I did this, what are other things that I can love? My partner. Love learning things. I love Dora. Some ideas of love. So it doesn't fit on one page, you can see, but I hope you can see the benefit of going through these different acronyms. And yeah, please comment, share what your thoughts are going through them, and if it's helpful to guide your mindset into positivity. So again, we had one, which is just one positive thought, that first step towards creating a positive mindset. We had glad, gratitude, love, affirmation, and declaration, really strengthening that positivity and what you can do to connect to that. Watch, which is connecting to your why and practicing really creating why. Watch, why, affirmation, time, celebrate, and haiku. It's a very diverse acronym, very diverse prompts there. And then lyrical. Start and end with love. Reflect on you. It's a reflection based acronym, as well as looking forward, affirming to yourself that you can continue to grow, and of course, ending with love. So, again, my name is Eric. I'm a music therapist and creative coach, mindfulness coach, and a life coach. And if you'd like to incorporate these practices into your life, into your personal development routine, schedule a strategy call with me. I'd be happy to talk to you. And until then, wishing you a very creative day. Thank you so much.